Hello everyone. This is a 225 Q&A test. Plaintiff is Mrs. M-R-S period Rennick, R-E-N-I-C-K. Mrs. Rennick, R-E-N-I-C-K. There is no defense attorney, just Q&A today. And this will be at 225. Ready? Will you please say and spell your last name for the record? William Tyson, T-Y-S-O-N. Thank you, Mr. Tyson. Please tell the jury how you are employed. I am a patrol sergeant with the Warm Springs County Sheriff's Department. If you would speak up just a little bit, we'd appreciate it. How long have you been employed with the Warm Springs County Sheriff's Department? I've been employed with the Sheriff's Department for 15 years approximately. And could you describe, please, for the jury, your general duties with the Sheriff's Department? Currently, like I said, I am a patrol sergeant, so I supervise. I am the immediate supervisor for the patrol staff. Prior to that, I was a road officer. My responsibilities as a road officer were to respond to calls and to service, things like that. I did have specialized training as an evidence technician back in 1994, which I processed crime scenes and things of that nature. The specialized training, and I assume your experience in being an evidence tech, what more specifically does that entail, if you could please tell the jury? The specialized training is all about responding to a crime scene. You know, certain officers can do that if they have this specialized training. You look for pieces of evidence, then you can collect the evidence, take it back, process the evidence, looking for fingerprints, DNA evidence, and things of that nature. Okay, were you employed in that same capacity on the 5th of November 2005? Yes, sir, I was. And on the 5th of November 2005, were you asked to respond to a scene known as the Knox Salvage Yard? Yes, I did. Could you tell the jury, please, what your first duties were upon your arrival at the scene? Mr. Tyson, one moment, please. Okay, let's try it again. You can continue where you left off. Let me say it again. Now, your first duties on your arrival at the scene, if you could just describe that for the jury, please. Sure. Well, upon arriving at the scene, I was directed to the lower portion of the junkyard area where Hannah's vehicle was located. My actual responsibilities were to maintain security around the area where her vehicle was located. Thereafter, Sergeant Tyson, because of your evidence technical training, were you assigned with the other officers and put into what's called a search team? Yes, upon arriving at the command center after clearing from Hannah's vehicle, I was assigned with 3 deputies from the Warm Springs County Sheriff's Department. They were Andrew Collins, Detective Dave Smith, and Investigator or Detective Jim Fink. And that first evening, that is the 5th of November, were you assigned to search a particular building or residence upon that property? We were instructed to execute the search warrant at Desi Acosta's trailer. And did you do so? Was this done? Yes, it was. Now, the trailer itself, Sergeant Tyson, has several rooms as I understand it. If you could just briefly describe the layout of the trailer for us, I would appreciate it. Well, when you walk into the main entrance, you are walking into the living room area. Directly off of the living room would be the kitchen. You go down a hallway and there's a bedroom and there's a bathroom, and then there's the final bedroom at the end of the trailer. Sergeant, I am going to have you look at an exhibit that has already been received. This is exhibit number 72 in this case. If you would be so kind, please, as to take the laser pointer, which has been provided, and a little bit more in detail describe the layout of Mr. Acosta's trailer. Sure, this area right here would be the kitchen area, and this area here was the living room area, and this would be the hallway. We have the first bedroom here. The bathroom would be right about here, and this would be Desi's bedroom back in the corner. And on the 5th of November, were you asked to complete a search of the entire residence? Yes, I was, sir. Okay, can you describe the thoroughness or the scope of that particular search, if you can recall? Well, the first search that was conducted was a quick search of the residence, looking for anything obvious, any signs of Hannah, or anything that would lead us in any direction to go on. At that time, we were unsure of what we had exactly. I'm going to hand you several photos that will assist you in describing your search efforts. We are going to start with the living room area of Mr. Acosta's residence. You've been handed exhibit number 79. Can you tell us what that is, please? This would be a photograph of the computer area in the corner of the living room. And did you, with the assistance of other search team members, search this particular area of Mr. Acosta's living room? Yes, I did. I am going to have you look at the next exhibit, please. It is exhibit number 80. Please tell us what we are looking at here. This would be a photograph of the Auto Trader magazine. And if you recall, could you tell the jury where this particular exhibit or this particular item was found on that computer desk? This one I believe Detective Dave Smith located, and it was sitting on top of the desk. This is the computer desk in the living room. Exhibit number 81, also from Auto Trader. Can you tell us what that is, please? This would be a photograph of a bill of sale through Auto Trader magazine. And as we look at the large screen in the lower left-hand corner of this document, it actually has the Auto Trader magazine logo. Is that correct? Yes, it does. Now, Sergeant Tyson, so that the jury has a better understanding of the methodology or how law enforcement performs these searches, do different officers have different responsibilities when a search, not only of a residence, but any kind of a search, is undertaken? Yes, for example, on this evening, some of my responsibilities were to document what the officers were doing. I was taking notes after the evidence was collected, taking custody of the evidence, and, secure it. So that was some of my responsibilities. The other officers were searching all of the different areas. I was keeping a watch on them to see what they were finding too, documenting the exact minute when something was located, where it was located, and things of that nature. Everything had to be documented. Okay, let's go over our word list. We've got William, capital W-I-L-L-I-A-M. Tyson is spelled in the transcript. Warm Springs County Sheriff's Department, capital W-A-R-M space Springs, capital S-P-R-I-N-G-S space, capital C on county. Sheriffs, capital S on sheriffs, and that's apostrophe S, capital D on department. Hannah, capital H-A-N-N-A-H. Sergeant Tyson, capital S-E-R-G-E-A-N-T. Tyson, capital T-Y-S-O-N. Andrew Collins, capital A-N-D-R-E-W. Collins, capital C-O-L-L-I-N-S. Detective Jim Fink, capital D on detective. Jim, capital J-I-M. Fink, capital F-I-N-K. Desi Acosta, capital D-E-S-I. Acosta, capital A-C-O-S-T-A. Knox Salvage Yard, capital K-N-O-X. Salvage, capital S-A-L-V-A-G-E. Yard, capital Y-A-R-D. Detective Dave Smith, capital D on detective. Dave, capital D-A-V-E. Smith, capital S-M-I-T-H. Auto Trader magazine. Auto Trader is one word, but you need to capitalize A and the T. So capital A, lowercase U-T-O, capital T, lowercase R-A-D-E-R. Magazine, there's a space there after Trader. Magazine, capital M-A-G-A-Z-I-N-E. And that concludes our 225 Q&A test. Good luck.